Hello YouTubers! You know, at the end of every video we always say if you have a request for a repair, let us know and we'll try to do it. And today, it's request and dedication time. Now back to our countdown. We're going to be looking at the opera lamps. This is an 87 Brougham. They're the same from, the early 80s all the way through the mid 90s. This is an electroluminescent strip, and it is 110 volts, run by an inverter, which is in the trunk. And when these things fail to operate, 99 times out of 100, they are the inverter. So let's take a look at where we get that. On the driver's side rear panel in the trunk, you simply pull this out. Some have a little tab in there. This one's long since gone, and I never put it back in. And you look right down in here, and you'll see there's a little black plastic thing that's held into place. It's got some warnings on the wire that say it's caution, 110 volts. And you simply squeeze this together. If you can't do it with your fingers, you can do it with a pair of pliers. Once you get it out of there, you pull it down, and you will see, you can push it through almost anywhere, that it actually says on it, caution, 110 volts. And what you've got is you've got a ground wire for 12 volts going in here, and the actual 12 volt supply going here, and then the blue and the white are the 110 volts coming out. So what we want to do is we want to take a digital multimeter and test those and see what we have. Input wise, when we put that on the 12 volt side, we set our meter to DC, and we see we have 11.23 volts, which is pretty good. That's about in the range of what you're looking for. Then we switch over and we put our leads inside the blue and white. That should be 110 volts. We move our meter over to AC, and we get nothing. So we know that that inverter is not working. So we just head on down to the Cadillac dealership and we get a new one. I'm killing me. Okay, we don't do that. But we have a source, and we're going to show you how to fix it up so that you can get yourself an inverter that is working. So we went online and we found an inverter, and this one happens to be for use in SeaRay boats. And I'm going to put the information on the screen and in the description so you can see where you can go and pick one of these up. About 30 bucks. And it's for a SeaRay boat dash light, and it gets 12 volts in, 110 volts out. Now you have to do a little modification because on your Cadillac you've got these kind of ends, which means you need these types of spade bits that you're going to need to put on the ends of the wires so that they plug right into the existing wiring harness, and then you just strap this thing onto the wall of the trunk, and you're going to be all good to go. The SeaRay inverter comes with a little inline fusible link, and they suggest you use it on the power side. I suggest you do too. That's this red wire, and so we're going to go ahead and put one end of that in. The other end of it is going to be on a spade bit like this, so it can plug into the car wiring harness. A little more protection is always good. Now, through the miracle of editing, I came down to the workshop and I put my spade bit on a new piece of wire, ran it into the fusible link that they gave along with it, and then put it into the input side of the inverter. Ran my spade bit on the ground side of the 12 volt end of the inverter, and I freely admit to being a weirdo, and it is what it is, but I worked for so many years in the electrical business and with TV and radio transmitters. I learned all about the joys of heat shrink. So I heat shrink everything just to make sure that you're perfectly safe. This is the output side. This is going to be your 110 volts. This is what we would call a suicide connector, because you touch those two together and you're going to eat it, but we've got a connector in the car that's going to go into. And then I took the caution 110 volt sticker off of this old broken inverter, put it on this one. You can wrap a little piece of tape around it so it stays on there for good, because the sticky's kind of mostly off of it. And we'll use some wire ties, put this back in the car, and make those lights light. And we've plugged in all our little connectors. We've used a wire tie to tie everything together so it's nice and safe. It's behind a panel, so it's really not going to bother anything. You take a wire tie and you put your inverter here. Tighten it up really nice because you don't want it clunking around every time you go over a bump and making all kinds of noise. So you tighten that up real nice so it doesn't move. Maybe put 2 of them on there. Put everything back and you'll see that the lights will work. Now with everything put back together, we turn on the lights. Ta-da! And we've got the opera lights. Now if you're looking for lights that are bright white, like Kliega lights, like you're in Stalag 13 looking for prisoners of war, these are not those lights. They never were. When they were brand new, they were always just an accent light. They didn't shine down and let you read a book or find your car keys. That's not what they were about. They were just a decorative thing. So they don't look very bright, which is what they used to say about me when I was in grade school. But turns out they'll fool you. They actually are pretty nice, just like I did by the time I got to high school. All right, thanks for watching. We're the West of the Lake Region Cadillac and LaSalle Club in the Chicago area. We make these videos to help you fix your classic Cadillac if you want to do it yourself or if you can't find a mechanic willing to work on older cars. Please like and subscribe to our videos. The more you subscribe, the more videos we can produce. If you have any questions or would like us to make a video showing how to repair something on your car, please drop us an email at westofthelakeclc@gmail.com or leave a comment below. We'll do our best to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching.